Hi, how you doing? And welcome back to another video on the channel. So if you're new, please any likes and subscribes greatly appreciated, and any support as well. And let's get into it. So we're just going to start with a quick review of game week 4. My overall rankings is on the side there, and not a great week again. Went down about a million places, I think, from where we were, and it's not where you want to be. I still think a lot of my team are good players that are just getting unlucky, and on another season or another game week, they'll be, scoring really well. Although we did have Dean Henderson in goal to start with, absolutely fantastic performance, saving another penalty, his second in 4 games. Do I expect him to save a penalty every week? No, he's not going to keep a clean sheet every week either. But at 4.5 million, I've said it since the start of the season. He's as good as value per million as any other keeper. For save points and potential bonuses, he'll always have a lot to do. So whilst he won't always keep a clean sheet, he should be good for a couple of points, maybe even 3, 4 points a week, especially moving forward. And I don't see myself transferring him out. I think he is the keeper for the season, to be honest. Moving into defence, and what I mean with that, when I say we've got players that are sort of not quite scoring how they should do, Trent and Robertson exactly fit that bracket there. Last week I think Trent, Robertson, and Cancelo got a point between the three of them. This week Trent's gone off for 17, Robertson's got 9, and that's just they had so many people talk about transferring them out, and at the end of the day, they're good players for good teams, and they are going to score points. It's such a small sample size so far this season. You've got to look at that. Bearing that in mind, Cancelo was so unlucky. I think Man City, I heard, had zero point 0.1 expected goals conceded against Crystal Palace. They were only expected to concede zero point 0.1 goals. They ended up conceding 2, and Cancelo's left with 1 point. Again, just an example of someone that's genuinely unlucky, but that's how it goes. Having said that, with Cancelo and Robertson, they are potentially on the trading block for transfers out. I'll discuss that when we talk about my team for next game week. Same with Ben White, just unlucky. Gabriel mistake meant Ben White lost his clean sheet, and it's all right for Gabriel owners who then he goes and scores the goal at the other end. But for us Ben White owners, we're stuck on 1 point. Moving on to midfield, and Saka managed to get an assist, his second attacking return of the season in 4 games. Salah, what can you say? We spoke about in the wildcard video, to score 9 goals and Salah not get a goal or an assist, and I think he pretty much played the full game as well. He won't be happy with that. It was like Liverpool had some sort of inside joke against fantasy league owners, that we'll score 9, but we'll make sure Salah doesn't get anything. You probably could have captained about 5 other Liverpool players who would have got so many more points, but still got 6. And definitely don't transfer him out. Liverpool scoring so many just shows what attacking threat they are. And Salah had some good chance in there. On another day, could have got a couple of goals, and no one's even mentioning about Salah not returning. Andreas came in as first sub with a couple of points there. And Son's also someone on the trading block that we'll discuss as well. Only 3 points again, got taken off about 72 minutes, I think. And yeah, not great there so far this season. Jack Harrison, my transfer in, just 2 points away from home. Not the worst return in the world, not the best return in the world. And it's his first game. He's not got an attacking return in, so not ideal, but even still. And Jesus up front, only 1 point, but a lot of people captained Jesus instead of Salah. So at least I picked the right player there in terms of captaincy, and then not much on the bench either. So, looking at the fixtures for this game week coming up, some good fixtures really. I think you can target Man City against Nottingham Forest. Absolutely. The main question mark there will be whether Haaland starts. I think if you've got him, just go for it. Maybe just captain him. Bear in mind that if he doesn't start, he probably will come on. So you have to be prepared for a captaincy of a couple of points potentially from Haaland if he comes on and doesn't contribute. Um, I think, Arsenal at home to Villa, Jesus is a good option as well for captaincy. And potentially Liverpool at home to Newcastle. Newcastle is showing the no pushovers this season. I do think it's a potential for a clean sheet for Liverpool. And I would say Salah could probably get a goal or two as well. I think he's got a good record against Newcastle as well. So they're the teams to possibly target. Maybe Spurs away at West Ham. West Ham not in good form, not started the season well. And I would stay away from probably Chelsea away at Southampton. They're good for a couple of goals, but then you don't really know in terms of rotation and consistency as well. Maybe after a few games, you can start looking at those Chelsea players. So my team for this week, okay, and my initial plan is to look at transferring out. I've got two free transfers, and I could transfer out Son or Cancelo at the moment. For me, Son, he started last year poorly as well, I think, and then he went and scored 4 goals in a game. It was either last season or the season before. It stuck in my head, and he's got West Ham, Fulham, and Leicester in the next 4 games, and I just think I transfer him out. He can't stay poor form forever. But then I also think, well, I've done that in the past and they have stayed poor form forever. So, I'm kind of stuck on there. If I transfer him out for someone cheaper, it frees up a lot of funds. Um, but same with Cancelo. I can take Cancelo out, and I am looking at getting someone like Fofana in. Um, as a cheap defender, 4.4 mil, who's probably going to go to Chelsea and start for Chelsea. I think I want Fofana in regardless. So that's maybe another reason why I'm looking at transferring out, Cancelo or Robertson. Man City, though, have got Forest, Villa, Spurs, Wolves, Man United, Southampton in the next 6. They're good fixtures, especially defensively. You wouldn't necessarily think that Wolves, Villa, and Forest, and maybe even Southampton are going to score too many against Man City, especially if they keep the defending statistics as they are with such low expected goals conceded. A plan would be to take out, one of those players, Robertson, Cancelo, or Son, and upgrade a striker to Tony or Mitrovic. So in terms of Ivan Tony, he's got Palace, Leeds, and Southampton in the next 3. Mitrovic has got Spurs and Chelsea in amongst the next 3, but then Mitrovic has shown against like Arsenal and Liverpool that he's potentially fixture proof and he's going to score anyway, and he's still cheaper than Ivan Tony. I can't take out Robertson, I think, and get in Tony. It'd have to be Mitrovic. Um, and Liverpool do have Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man City in the next 6. That's not great for defensive returns. So I am looking at upgrading either if I get rid of Robertson, I can get Archer in for Mitrovic in for Archer, or I can get Tony in for Undav. Now, Undav's really disappointed me. I'm hoping he would have played, and he's gone down 0.2 mil as well. So Son, obviously, Son has more chance of turning it around. Um, and I'm thinking maybe if I get Tony in for Undav, I can always get Mitrovic in on like a Gameweek 8 wild card. So there's a few options that probably sounded really rambly then as well, but they're the different permutations I can have, and I've only got till tomorrow to make those decisions as well. So if you see this and you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments what you think I could do with my team. And likewise, if you've got any questions with yours, it's that sort of point of the season where we're starting to get um, few more bits of data in and a few more, eye tests in terms of performance. I think I'm definitely going to captain Salah at home to Newcastle. And I do want to try and keep hold of Son for now, just because the upside is just so great in terms of when he's on it. He's great value. And same with Cancelo. So I am leaning towards probably a Robertson transfer out even after Liverpool have just kept a clean sheet and he's got an assist. And that'll allow me to get Tony in for Undav and then look at getting Mitrovic in later. That's probably the moves I'm leaning towards right now. But like I said, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for listening. If you're still listening, any support on the channel is greatly appreciated. Sorry for the waffle if it sounded waffly. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.